About 3,000 news cycles or 2 weeks ago, a video hit social media showing a college student at Texas A&M challenging a professor.
Kind of a recap of our remarks on gender and sexuality. Moving from last class. One thing we didn't get to in our last class.
I just have a question because I'm not entirely sure this is legal to be teaching. Because according to our president, there's only 2 genders, and he said that he would be freezing agencies' funding programs that promote gender ideology. And this also very much goes against not only myself, but a lot of people's religious beliefs. And so I am not going to participate in this because it's not legal, and I don't want to promote something that is against our president's laws as well as against my religious beliefs.
You certainly have the right to engage in things in and this is just a class.
Yes.
You are under in this conception that what I'm saying is.
Can you explain to me how teaching us about gender identity and transgenderism and that there's more sexes than
Gender isn't illegal.
Huh?
My gender isn't illegal.
Gender? What do you mean? Your gender is not illegal. According to President Trump's executive order, if you want me to read the paragraph in the order itself.
If you are uncomfortable in this class, you do have the right to leave.
Yes.
What we are doing is not illegal, and if you would like to pretend that it is, you need to talk to the department or the head of undergraduate.
Well, I've already been in contact with the president of A&M, and I actually have a meeting with him in person to show all of my documentation tomorrow, but...
We are also aware, and this is part of why there was an observer in the class.
Yes.
I'm not convinced that your proposal will be effective in stopping me from teaching things that are all true. Because I do have the legal and ethical authority, legal professional expertise in this classroom.
Okay. Yeah, no, I am.
When I first saw that, I cringed so hard I lost consciousness for several hours. I know that stupid people go far in life, but it's just really depressing to see that level of stupidity in a college classroom. I actually paused halfway through the video to look up Texas A&M's acceptance rate, which is apparently 57%. So that made me feel a little better. Most people who apply get in, including complete dipshits like this person. Even dipshits deserve an education. It's just sad that she made it all the way to college without getting one, or even so much as watching a single episode of Schoolhouse Rock. Now, I don't know where this girl grew up, but after checking Texas A&M's acceptance rate, I decided to look up where Texas ranks in public schooling, and the answer is 40th. So, it explains some things. To address her points, the President of the United States does not, in fact, determine what is or is not legal. That is done by Congress. Most of us learned that around the age of 8 or 9. Further, it is not illegal for a college to go against someone's religious beliefs. If so, the woman recording the video would not be in college. She would be at home, pregnant, and only slightly less educated than she appears to be now. All of that was depressing enough, but things quickly got worse when Republican lawmakers, including Texas Governor Greg Abbott, pressured the university, which responded by announcing that they were firing the professor, her department head, and the dean of the College of Arts and Sciences because the course material being taught differed from what was described in the course catalog. Which is interesting because the rest of us have eyeballs and the internet. The university removed the course description, but the Wayback Machine exists, so here it is. English 360, Literature for Children. In this course, we will explore a range of children's literature in English, including picture books, poetry, contemporary novels, historical fiction, and fantasy. Our task is to think critically about what these books can tell us about how we and others understand childhood, how those definitions have changed over time, and how these books participate in larger movements of history, culture, and literature. Yeah, I can't imagine why a course like that would deal with one of the biggest current discussions around children's literature, LGBTQ plus representation. Had a student had any question about it, it may have been cleared up on the first day of class, if not before, when they received the syllabus, which read, "Some of the material in this class might be controversial, and it is likely differing opinions will emerge. You are certainly not required to agree with me or your peers or to adhere to any particular viewpoints," adding that the professor insisted on respectful dialogue. Additionally, the syllabus listed the books that they would be reading, which included several with LGBTQ+ themes. The Texas Tribune interviewed students in the class and found at least 4 of them who admitted that they hadn't bothered to read the course description before registering. So honestly, why even bother? With anything, I mean. Why bother with anything? In the only somewhat amusing twist to this story, the guy who made the decision to fire all of those people for having the temerity to teach students something was Texas A&M's president, Mark A. Welsh. In the week following those firings, he was targeted by the same Republicans who criticized him for not firing everyone back in the summer when that recording was originally done. Instead, he waited for the Republicans to post it to Shitter, at which point he panicked and fired everyone. His ambivalence on the issue and his dismissal of the students' concerns by immediately taking the side of the professor is unacceptable, wrote Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick on Shitter. The pressure of not being a good enough little fascist eventually got to Welsh, and he was forced to resign. Which, if you're a learning type, is not surprising. Every single time a person or company or institution bows to the censorious right wing, they are punished further. Every time, as outlined by the Center for American Progress, once under the searing gaze of the Trump administration, bowing to demands does not remove the glare. For example, in March, Columbia University received a letter from the administration with similar demands to those that would be sent to Harvard University weeks later. Under threat of losing $400 million in grants, the university largely agreed to the Trump administration's demands, including policies restricting campus protest and overhauling its Middle Eastern Studies department. President Trump told reporters in late May that Columbia was working with the administration to find a solution, temporarily taking the university off that hot seat. 1 week later, the Department of Education abruptly reversed course and notified Columbia's accreditor that the university allegedly violated federal anti-discrimination laws and fails to meet the standards for accreditation, which threatens the university's ability to provide financial aid and legitimate course credits for students. Negotiations are ongoing, and the university's grants have not been restored. This incident at Texas A&M is made particularly bad because unlike Harvard or Columbia, Texas A&M is a public university. It is built on public lands donated by the U.S. federal government, and it is run with funding from the taxpayers of Texas. As a member of the Association of Public and Land-Grant Universities, it has a responsibility to contribute to the public good, providing a life-changing education to students from ordinary backgrounds, undertaking path-breaking research that saves lives, drives innovation, and enhances quality of life, and engaging their communities to tackle some of the most intractable challenges they face. In other words, fuck this bullshit. I know that in the 2 weeks that have passed since this story broke, a lot of other stuff has happened, and this may have slipped your mind, but I really think it's worth highlighting it and keeping it on our collective radar. The professor in question, Melissa McCall, has retained a lawyer, and I desperately hope that she is able to fight this tooth and nail. And if she needs backup, we need to be there to back her up. Because again, fighting back on absolutely every level possible is the only way we can slow down the fascist machine that seeks to silence critical voices and vilify marginalized people and drive them from public life. And as a final parting thought, fuck snitches like that idiot who shot the video. If you see a snitch, do not befriend them. Do not be nice to them. Do not allow them a moment of peace in public. The girl in that video has chosen to remain anonymous, and that's great news because it means she's scared to be a known fascist snitch, even if it would guarantee her a spot on Fox News. Well, maybe Newsmax. I think Fox News still has some standards requiring a basic ability to get through a sentence when you know a camera is recording, but Newsmax will definitely take her. Do not let her have a moment of peace. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you think the world could use more videos like this and you happen to have a few bucks laying around, head to patreon.com/Rebecca and join an awesome community of nerds like the people whose names you see on the screen right now. Thanks.